Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back from the Memorial Day holiday. Here's a look at the ES in the daily time frame right now. What you'll notice is the ES has traded within a narrow range in overnight and pre-market trading to the tune of 47% of average at the moment, just 23 points of range. This market's been averaging 49 on a 10-day basis and 55 on a 5-day basis. So the last several days here, higher range days than what we had seen over a 10-day basis comparatively speaking. Right now, narrow range at the highs, completely trading above the 40-20 level. And at the moment, super narrow range here that's closing, well, very close to closing near the highs of the month's range. So we have one more trading day tomorrow, and that finishes the month, and then we'll have finished monthly pivots to work with. And whenever you close this close, you're looking for a rejection for a return back to the middle of the range and maybe even outside move down. That happened last month as well, or this current month rather, where we had a rejection and came and took out the low, went back and took out the high, and you see what's happened ever since off the midpoint. So those levels very important. We'll see how it plays out here heading into the end of the month. But right now, very strong overall. The market, again, needs to continue to hold above 42. Failure to hold 42 on this rotation would suggest a failed breakout attempt. And again, we could be looking at a rotation back across the range toward the previous month's low at around 40.60. Taking a look at the NQ. NQ has been unfadable, super strong, very bullish. Even right now, up 1.35%, so 1/3% higher on 90% of average range, over 200 points of range, been averaging about 225 and 274 on a 5-day. So there could be more upside, or more range that could be seen rather. But at the moment, there's only one target left to go get, and that is the 14,822s. We talked about this target last week here. 14,822 is the 100% target from the key range edge. The key range right there, that's your key range high. It broke through, went to the 50%, and now that right there, that target 14,822 is going to be your 100% target from the key range. So again, this one could be one where any early pullback next month could extend this thing for a continuation into that target. Overall, this market seeing new trading that hasn't been seen through those prices in a very long time here, and that can tend to open up prices as high as the 15,250s. So not only is 14,822 perhaps in view, but so is 15,250 based off of recent price structure here. So again, as long as price can hold above 14K, we have a shot to continue higher toward 15,250. Taking a look at crude down 2 2/3% right now, down tremendously here today. Hasn't really been able to find its footing at all, and it continues to demonstrate a pattern where crude oil has seen very minimal strength, and after strength has seen very aggressive weakness, whether it's a small rotation and hard drop, small rotation, hard drop, or even when it's a big move, you still get that hard drop that follows. Right now, medium moves, and we're still getting these rotations back down. A test of 70 coming up ahead. 70 is the previous year's low. That's a market structure level as well. And right now, outside day down, failed new high, outside day down. So quite bearish, but can it stay above 70 here? Can we form another strong higher low of some sort that can get us back to 70, and again, perhaps across the range toward 80.5? So again, how are we going to start the week here? Do we find some sort of reaction or rejection on these lows? As of right now, testing the previous week's low, this could be a spot into 70 that could provide perhaps the basis for a low. Taking a look here at gold futures. Gold right now up about 1/2%. This one right here been trending downward for the most part overall, and gave up the key range edge here at 1985.80, gave up the previous month's low. 1960 it gave up, and eventually a gap above, likely on rollover here, pushing this thing into these levels back above 1960. But for the most part, this market here has not been able to find its footing since that strong high at the previous year's high. You can see the uptrending price action of the channel puts you right at that edge right there. So that edge right there could provide an opportunity for a bounce back that takes you back to these highs, but you need to be able to get back above 1986. Once price can get above 1986, you have a shot for 2100 up ahead. We take a look here at the YM. Lastly here, taking a look at the YM, what you'll notice is the YM is trading right around the break-even point for the year. That right there is the previous year's close. It hit it today and kind of backed off of it at the moment, and we've just been trading a little above, a little below. And really, when it comes down to it here, we have kind of a compression here that's happening across the highs, across the lows here, and you have that previous year's close price that's right at the apex of that pattern. That's also where a flat year-to-date VWAP is. So the YM is happily trading in this zone right now. There's no real hurry to move from one edge to another, but we are getting heavy. This is a very heavy pattern. If you look at it right here, it needs to unwind somewhere, and it's either going to spend the back half of the year dropping back down to retest these lows and perhaps bounce back, or it's going to make a move to come test the highs and maybe bounce back. So it's about to make a move one way or another here, perhaps a little bit more price action around a flat value, flat year-to-date close here as well, and then we could be looking at months of price action out of this range, as the energy within this range is quite tremendous. So keeping an eye on this. Perhaps a break back below 32,500 opens up some weakness. Perhaps a move back above 34,500 opens up some strength. Somewhere in that zone, we'll keep an eye. But that is it for now. We will see how this plays out heading into the new week of trading. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.